I can't get to where I really need to get. Let me see. It's raining. Rain. So, yes. So, I'm out here. I can't get to where I'm trying to go, but I just the Most High just make me feel like I need to really share some things. I mean, because it just seems like people are just scared, or they just don't have time, or they're just, one thing about serving the Most High, you can't be scared. You can't be scared to fight the devil. You can't be scared. If the Most High had called you to it, then you got to do it. You got to do it. And one thing about me, I'm never scared. I mean, sometimes maybe I do self sabotage, but it always works out for the good for me because God knows my heart in it. My heart in it, and I got kids out here. You know what I mean? If you experience any form of targeting, you know, you have to understand you got children that they don't have to know everything but certain things. Um, you know, depending on the timing. I don't know how long God has me here. So, I mean, my job is to be an influence and get the understanding so others who want to get out can get out. You know what I mean? Others who want to, don't take your life, but, just breathe through it, get to the Most High. I mean, like I said, I'm probably going to go back to that, getting you a holy altar, getting something that symbolizes the Most High. I'm not talking evil, not evil. When you have a holy altar, let me just clarify this because I don't want people just going getting one. When you have a holy altar, it's not to worship it or anything like that. It's just a content. You're just holding it. Um, a lot of people do evil. They took it from the Most High. The Most High had holy altars all over the place. It doesn't have to be big. It don't have to be small. You can have as many as you want. When you have a holy altar, let's say that there's a road on the street that every time you turn around, somebody having a car accident. That's someone who has an evil altar on that one. So someone is using a point of contact to get somebody to die on that street. So that's where you would get a holy altar and you put it there. Because if you don't know where it's at, you can't get rid of it. So that's where you put a holy altar there. And then you can pray over that street. And then, we all have seen in the store, in cities and states where they have just repetitive accidents on a certain street. Well, that's someone using a point of contact, evil altar. So I'm just trying to let people know because some people keep saying this is witches and God created all this stuff first. Thank you to those who's coming in the chat. How you doing? I can't say your name because I can't see. So the writing too small for me. It says, what are you talking about? Well, I'm talking about understanding narcissist abuse because it's a lot of them. I think through the pandemic, it has created multitudes of them because of the isolation that they had to endure. If you know anything about, depending on the level of the narcissist, the highest is manipulate, where they just go haywire and they have no limits, no boundaries. I mean, most of them don't, but when it comes to doing things, because I'm tired of people trying to look at me strange and try to make me feel bad because I'm defeating them. I'm defeating them because I hold them accountable. I'm not letting them come into my life. If I'm trying to serve Christ, I don't want you in my life. If you choose to still do drugs and steal and hate and slander people, you don't need to be with me. You already turned the church against me, so you can go over there and get delivered. Maybe they can do something with you. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. That people got to learn how to deliver this, especially people who've been targeted. Y'all got to get some might. Some of them they already know and they just hold it in. Hello, Wyatt. Welcome to my channel. I'm not trying to be forceful. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with having a bit of force when you're talking and doing things. Authority. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when you're dealing with someone that's trying to put you in a bad situation that need not to be, like myself. And because I'm in it, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about it because I got family members who sit there and they know and they can't say nothing. Or you got people who are content creators that knew some things was happening or going to happen in my life, and they said nothing about it. They just do these goofy ass content instead of just telling the person. And the thing is, they talk about gang stalking all the time. So that's what I'm saying. So I'm not trying to and I love you, Jen. I understand what you're talking about. Thank you. I appreciate you. You know, we love you too. You know, even some of the ones that who are aware of it. You know what I'm saying? Show me a little respect. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying because now, look at me. I'm outside. You know, I can't go to my comfort place. You know what I'm saying? That I've been dealing with homelessness because this city now took upon something that they shouldn't have took upon. You know, like I said, when I was in, it started when I was in Ohio, of me moving from, like I said, I had some issues with my ex-husband and I had my own home. And when I moved to my own home, I guess some of the predators around there thought they was going to get kick game and get in with me. But no, that's not going to happen. You know, I had my own life. And, you know, me and my husband had made amends and he ended up moving in with me. But when things started going on, I called the police. I've called the police. I've given them evidence of things because they kept trying to gaslight me. And that's what the Most High said. The Most High said, take a picture of this. You know what I'm saying? When I had my iPhone, that's why. When I had my iPhone, I kept getting numbers in my phone that ain't mine. That's how I knew somebody had spyware on there. So I was screenshotting the pictures. You know, they managed to get rid of a lot of that evidence. I mean, you know, yeah. Things that was in my storage unit, because I had a storage unit up there. They made me default behind, because I was paying for it for a good year. And, you know, they just were doing things, and still is, trying to erase things to make it look like that I'm insane. But I already took pictures of 100,000 pictures of those things. So, you know, you wasting your time. You know, pictures of, I guess the guy that lived behind me calling my kid's homeschool principal, 5 o'clock in the morning. That showed up right on my phone. I trying to tell the police about this. And so, like I said, I don't know what my family members were into, okay? So, you know, they are having some relationships with some of the police or someone in those kind of authorities, and here you are trying to report something, they can go against it. So, you know, I ain't want to give them favors, you know what I mean? You know, so, hey, I don't know what they do, what they was doing, but I'm not trying to join the occultic. Excuse me. I've served the Most High, and that's where I'm going to be. I don't serve the occultic. I don't serve, when I mean the occultic, and I'm not dogging anybody's sorority, because I know everybody has their thing, and I'm not saying that. But sororities have hazing, because whoever this is, you know, they mix the hazing with the occultic. And so when you're dealing with that, you're not sure who it is. I can't say it's Freemason because they took some of the Freemason things. I can't say it's any form of sorority, but you see the hazing, the harassing, the humiliation rituals, and they're trying to get into your mind so much that even when I'm talking, that whatever I'm saying, they're looking at it, they're watching it, because I can't get into my, after I make the video, I can't get in there right away. I usually take the next day over. Usually I was, and then, you know, something is tinkering with this, and I've already reported it to YouTube. So, you know, little things that's been done, and I'm paying attention, you know, but I'm just saying, you know, what's the purpose of doing all this? If I'm crazy and I'm wrong, why are we hiding stuff? If anything, if I was wrong or crazy, then you just let things happen. That's what I do with some of y'all. Some of y'all just let stuff happen, and then let the public or whoever need to know think for themselves. And so there was a crime committed, and then they take it seriously, and then they try to turn it into gang stalking. So many people, multiple people, be a part of it, because with gang stalking, they want it to be where nobody can help you. They're wanting it to be where nobody can help you, which, those who are new to my channel understand what gang stalking is. Gang stalking is the COINTELPRO, the proxy by stalking is the term they use. They use that in order to, if they're trying to initiate someone in to scare them, or they done them wrong, or that's just a part of their sorority thing. I don't know. I don't know, because I'm not into those things. But I did inquire on a man who was talking about that he was a Christian and he turned into Freemason. He's a Freemason member, and in the church they initiated him. So he was laughing when one of the other church members from another church asked him, you serve God, right? And he said, yeah. He said, yeah, I serve God. But he said he laughed because he said, she's thinking I'm talking about up there. I'm talking about devil. So he's turned to Satanism. So, he said everything about the Freemason is orgies. You can't be sexual immoral. So how is being a Freemason part of the church? Can't serve two masters. And he said it. He said, and then the thing is, he got initiated in my hometown, Rockford, Illinois. I mean, I always felt they was a bit racist, but you know what I mean? But but he said it. He said, I drove down to Rockford, Illinois, and I got initiated. Now, my targeting didn't start in Rockford, Illinois, but it got worse in Rockford, Illinois. And the reason it got worse is because they've been setting it up for a long time. They've been doing, who knows, it could go years back. They've been setting it up. Basically, they give a report of who they think this person is. And, they, of course, start with the family members. That's why I say it starts with the family members, because your mom should know who he is. Your daddy should know who he is. So it starts with the family members. And then it goes to friends, workers, and things. And, because they're going to need those people. They're needing just about people to get away from this situation, because, the situation wasn't even that bad. All they had to do was get these two people, because it was two people that I was aware of. It probably was more, to get out of it. And so, when you have police officers that are in Freemason and they side with the criminal, that's not good. And that's where it came with me. That my ex-sister-in-law was trying to take my home. And, and like I said, if I didn't stop, the payment, because that would have made me mad. I probably would have blown up that I made all these payments to this house, and here this person is trying to take it, So they think that by calling you a targeted individual, oh, okay, because I can take this house, because they assume that a targeted individual can't have anything to do with the government property or anything, food stamps and stuff like that. So that's where they tried to take me out of it. I don't know if they wanted to take me out of it because someone's trying to claim me on their taxes, me and my kids. Because I remember a year that my sister had asked me, could she claim me? And I don't think she was going to claim me. I think it was for my ex-sister-in-law. She was asking for her, because she claimed me, because they were aware, apparently, they've been watching me for a while, which is Tawana Darnell, because I ain't scared. That's my ex-husband's sister. And so they were wanting to get my home, because it's a nice house. You know what I mean? My program was about paying the money in to own it. So I was working and taking care of me and my kids. So you have to work to do it. So, but even after that, I still, saved and was able to take care of myself. So I wasn't never but one time asking anybody for money or anything. So I'm trying to get the understanding that this happens. It could happen to anybody, not just because me or somebody join Freemason. If somebody truly envies you, and you know, that's what they do. You know, the narcissist is around groups of people. And like I said, it's different streams and levels of narcissism. Some people have a control where they just say, there are certain spasms that they go through. There's mild, or some people go through this is just them all the crazy. And those who go through that's all crazy is the one that get enabled. They keep vouching for them all the time. And so when you keep vouching for someone all the time, you're supposed to show discipline. When they do wrong, you do discipline. When they don't do discipline on them, they're going to continue to think there's nobody I'm invincible. That's what they're thinking. The narcissist and I'm invincible. And then when they see somebody like me, like, who the hell you think you is? So then they're going to pick up, you got a bump on your chin. You got this. And so when you have that, you're saying, so, you going to knock it off? You know what I'm saying? What's that got to do with anything? Do you have one on yours? And so they don't like people like me that will really stand up to the bully. And so that's where they conspire and do things that they shouldn't do to try to get you intimidated, because their number one tactic is fear. They want to put you in a fearful thing, or like, you should never cross me. And I'm saying you shouldn't cross me because I wasn't trying to take your house, because your house wasn't worth nothing. You was working all them years on your job, and you mean to tell me you didn't do nothing to take care of your home? You know what I mean? I'm not knocking nobody's house, but the person that they house, I don't hope you trying to get my kids, you got that roof fixed. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And that's how you know a witch. A witch be having these problems in their homes, and I'm saying, why does the roof keep dripping? Whether it's our own home, nah, not this one, not this one. But back to what I was saying, that the understanding of defeating them, because you can defeat them. They got these coaches saying, don't be saying this is scaring them. No, forget scaring them. They need to be scared. You know what I'm saying? They need to be scared that I've done everything I was supposed to do as a citizen to report things and to keep my kids from being taken away. I did that. I did things, and then the law turned around and upstaged my vehicle, sent it down Alexander Drive or whatever it is, Alexander Street. And they're going to have something to cover their ass and say, well, you need your brakes done. So you know what I'm saying? This ain't no prank. For those who think this is a prank, it ain't no prank. For the people who you see that be sitting up here on YouTube doing these things, this is not a prank. This is my life. I'm almost lost my life from this. This ain't no joke about making money and hustling. This is about me trying to get my kids back, because I don't get none of it. I don't get none of it. Everything that I do is about me, or what little bit I get to take care of myself. And now that my daughter is coming of age, it's getting worse. It's getting less. And I have to respect it. I have to respect that as a woman. She's got her life that she's going to live, and my son's going to have it. But I'm not tolerating to be controlled and manipulated, and to go back to a city that when I was there, they didn't do nothing. Why you didn't do nothing when I was there? You see what I'm saying? So when you go traveling, let me tell you something about the narcissist. Because when the target think, okay, if I move, then it'll go way less, or I can breathe a little bit. The best thing to do is just stay where you at. Stay where you at, because you're dealing with someone who is unable to stay in one place at one time. This is how you tire the narcissist out. Constantly be in places for 8 hours a day. If you can, go to the library. Because when they getting tired of you, that's when they'll start sending your people, your color people. Stay there. Stay there. Because that's what I'm saying. When you go leaving, they love when you leave. Here they go with these rentals. Here they go, and go a whole nother town that they can smear and act like they somebody. Stay in that town. If there was some reason that I need to leave, why the police ain't see it yet? Why the government ain't sitting? There ain't nobody said that. And so that's why you stay there and you hold them accountable. These punk ass police gonna be sitting up here helping these narcissists, then you stay. It's your problem. It's your problem. If you don't want to talk to me and deal with me, don't be harassing me. Because Marietta Police, you was harassing me that day when my car took off. You did. And I ain't scared of none of you. I ain't scared of none of you. I stood it. All you men, I stood right in your face. That day that you said my car going ablaze. So, I mean, never be afraid of them. Never be afraid of them. They keep thinking, okay, if we ramp it up hard, that means that they want you to come out of the city. Stay there. Stay there. I don't care. You know what I mean? Because all you're doing is breaking them down. They can't tolerate it. That's all it says. I can't tolerate you here because now I got to do this. Well, you should never took on the case. You should never took the money. You should have never took the money. You should never put me in jail now. I can't go to a homeless shelter. I can't go to a homeless shelter. Here they are bringing me paperwork. Let me get my paperwork out. I'm going to bring it out later. Trying to resend me to show, I don't know if they're trying to resend me to jail over the fact it's already time served. Why are we talking about the fact that I went to jail? Leave that alone. You said the case was over, so why are we bringing it up? So y'all gonna stop this. Y'all gonna stop this. And that's what I'm saying on that. You know what I'm saying? So, I did everything I was supposed to do. They just want to play these mind games. I'm not Freemason. I'm not in any occultic groups. None of them. I don't want to be in them. If Tawana got herself in a bad situation, well then that's something she gonna have to deal with. Her and whoever little thieves and thugs, y'all screwed. Because I'm not joining that bull crap. Okay? I'm not joining it. I serve the Most High to the day I live, to the day I die. And he's been protecting me. For anybody else, they may not can live like I live, but I'm going to live. Wherever I have to be, I'm going to be. You understand? So ain't nobody intending me on nothing. Nobody on YouTube. I don't care. If they don't support me, they don't support me. They don't like me, they don't like me. You can tell me. I'm not bothered by people. Who cares if they ain't helping me? So you telling me, okay, well, if you ain't helping me, what's the point of mentioning me and my name and you don't do nothing but sit behind a computer? What's the point of reading scriptures and you still ain't following through? You know what I'm saying? So those kind of people, it is what it is. I appreciate those who shout me out things. Thank you very much. They actually acknowledge me, but the other ones, I could care less. That's on you. It's your life. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to continue to support you because believe me, when you become a target, you do many things for other people. And them to bite the hand that feeds you, well, you can go on. Don't nobody care about that. You can go on. You know what I'm saying? Some men think, they built by their charm. You know what I'm saying? You're a good looking man and whatever, or whatever the case may be, Well, I don't have to be good looking. And I still can get good looking men all day, every day with money trying to talk to me. I don't care about that. Okay? Because I'm all about the righteous. The righteous, okay? So for whatever you got going on, you get behind these ones and twos and you be talking to these women slick. I seen that. I've been through all that. And my thing is, is this content supporting me in my walk? It ain't about trying to link on all that stuff. And then some of them be sitting up here slapping you in the face. They be making fun of you like, y'all women support these pastors. Okay, so we support you too. You asking me for the Cash App too. So what we saying? You see what I mean? So it is what it is, I mean, I don't throw my Cash App because something going on with it. You know what I mean? So, but whatever, I still get to support the Most High with me. And that's how it's going to be. So I'm just trying to let people know who be on my channel that this is who I am, And that's just it. It's just people who keep, when I had left Ohio, and went to Rockford, it got worse. And then the moment I left Rockford, here they come. They're like a dog with a Chewy toy. Here they come, trying to continue with their miserable self. And you're dealing with someone who's a miserable. You're dealing with a covert narcissist that may have some things accomplished in life. And, somewhere in their midlife crisis, they need to pick on you. Because they're saying, how was she? I thought I was the only one married. They're comparing you. It's a female. It's men too, but this one female. They're comparing you to this, to that, and say, I look better than her. Because all my skincare and healthcare things was all to display. They watched everything I did. And yeah, I look like this. I look like this because I'm no longer doing it. I no longer have me my home where I was living to take care of myself and work out. You know, so a lot of things have been changed. So, but I'm okay to be with me. I wasn't hiding anything. I don't care. I can have the camera low. I can have the camera high. Nothing. None of that matters to me. My matters is getting my children back and having my family. That's all I care. If a man ain't liking me, ain't liking me. But I'm not worried about that. Not worried about it. So the narcissist is all about shaming you, humiliating you, and trying to make fun of you. But when you don't care, how is it gonna work? I helped them on their journey. Some of them was plus size and whatnot, and now, you know what I mean? They want to do what you're doing. You know what I mean? So, they're not giving me the credit. They just browbeating me and hating on me because they're not me. They want to take all the accolades of what I've accomplished and did and be me. So now, and I know it's other cities and states and stuff, but I know Rockford. I know some of the women there, they're hateful. And some of them, I'm not saying all, they hateful, and they always look for a way to be on top of you because they're hating. They're in their midlife crisis. And, I'm always going to be happy and cheerful because I took that from my granddad. My granddad had some things going on with him, but he still was loving. He had lung cancer, and, he had some things that was going on, but he still was the same cheerful man, and I love him, So I take that from him. And so, I'm just saying when it comes to some of these women, they're not saying it. They're not saying it. They're wondering why some going to other races and all this stuff. But look what you do. You do all this stuff. You bring all this attention. That's terrible. You bring all this attention to this. You're not controlling me. You making yourself look an idiot. You bought an agency. Did you buy an agency? I don't know you. I don't know you. If you talk about somebody from 15, 16 years back, I don't know who the hell you is. I don't know who you is. You ain't my mama. You ain't my daddy. So I don't know what you've done in the past. So some people keep trying to put my name with other people. And I don't know them. I don't have no affiliation with them. I don't talk to them every day. If they're talking to me through satanic gadgets and devices, that's not me. I'm not communicating with these people. They're trying to figure me out, figure out who I talk to. They want to know, and I don't know what to tell them, because like I said, pretty much, there's nothing to me to hide. But when people misuse people and they're wanting the connection, they want me to be with certain people so they can come in and hustle them. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not letting you do that because there's people I do know, but I can't get the help from them because I know you're trying to hustle them. So can't get in touch with people who I know I really would. I'm protecting mine. Yeah, because I'm protecting mine. And so that's what I'm saying on that. That I'm not taking care of no grown-ass man or anybody like that, or grown-ass woman. People who come down here with this ghetto stuff, or I'm going to fight you, you can go on home with that. You take your project ass back wherever you came from. Because I'm not here to play with no little girls. Okay? I shoot wrong with the Holy Spirit, but I tell you what, even when I went to that jail, I guarantee you, I was waiting. So I'm trying to tell you, leave people alone. Leave people alone. If you can't take what you cooking, if you can't eat what you cooking, then you might as well step on out the kitchen. Because that's me. Step on out the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was talking about. Because it's something that I really have to say. I wouldn't be here saying this. Dealing with mark abuse, I have to get it out. Because I don't want no other person going through this kind of situation that really need the help, that may not be as strong as me. So I wouldn't want nobody else going through that. And that's it. That people keep thinking that they have this control. And the Bible says in Psalms 37, their power will be broken. And when it be broken, don't come for me. I mean, if you still alive and breathing, don't come for me. But the Most High never really has it like that with them. You know what I'm saying? That kind of person that keep coming for me, keep sending people and doing things, those kind of people, they're going to have a horrid death. They're going to have a horrific death just because that you're doing things out of spite, out of God's will. And you know, God will allow you to get that much high in pride just to bring you down. Because that's what he said. Pride comes before the fall. Pride comes before the fall. You understand? Pride comes before the fall. When you sit up here and think you got a win on me, be careful. Be careful. Be careful. So that's where I'm at with this. Yeah, I'm still going to do this Mother's Day thing because I have it on my heart to do it. But I just wanted to bring that out because, you know, it's raining. I can't get where I was trying to go. So, all right. So, I'm done. I'm not even sure if I proved my point. But anyway, God bless those who come along. Thank you. You know, no, I'm not losing it. It's just things that the Most High bring to me. And I really want to save somebody. I don't want nobody going through this stuff, you know, losing their life over people who ain't worth it. Somebody who out here trying to drug traffic. You got, you know, most people who are drug trafficked, they got a record. That says that they got a record. So you mean to tell me I'm supposed to lose my life over somebody who don't know how to sell drugs? Don't know how to try it properly? No, I'm losing my life. I mean, you can't sell drugs properly? No, you can't, because you're not supposed to. So I'm just saying, never lose your life over them. Stay in the will of the Lord, and the blessings be to you. Amen. You see me, amen.